Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Human Library podcast. My name is Michelle, and I will be your host for today. I am very excited for this episode to welcome Stan to our podcast. Hi, Stan.
Hello, Michelle.
First of all,
Hi.
thank you so much for joining us today.
Okay. Thank you
Um,
also for the invitation.
how do you feel? Are you currently busy right now, or are you having a break? Where are you right now in your life?
So, right now I'm still in my finals year. And yeah, as you all know, I'm a nursing student from
Mm,
UITM.
mm,
And I'm from Sarawak. And yeah,
mm.
I.
Yes, Stan is currently, I think like what you told me, recently he's in his final set right now. You're in your final set right
Yes.
now, right? And doing
Yes.
hospital placements. And
Yes.
you also just started your YouTube channel back in 2020, if I remember correctly,
Yes. Yes.
right?
It's no
And
around November.
yes, around November 2020, and your channel is actually growing quite quickly. You have about like 300 plus subscribers currently. And
Yes.
Stan makes videos about his life in nursing school, and not only that, he also showcases his talent in his dance videos as well. He does dance covers. I think you do dance K-pop covers, right?
Yes. It's
Yes.
just my hobby.
I think it's your bubbly personality that actually draws people in to watch your videos. And I can really tell when I watch your videos, like your personality is just so happy, so bright. It also just brightens up my day. So, how and why did you choose nursing? Have you always wanted to be a nurse?
So actually, nursing is not really my dream job. It's I'm not really a fan of working in a medical profession because I'm not that shit enough to be one of them. But um,
Mm.
it's all started when after I've received my SPM result back to 2018, and then I went to this event that organized by UITM, which it is called Expose Langkah ke UITM.
Mm.
And then it's all started there. I went to that expo with my cousins, and then the booth that I went to, out of
Mm-hmm.
many booths there, the first booth that I went to is the nursing one. And then,
Ooh.
yes, the seniors and the lecturers calling for my name, and then they give me the brochure, and we talk a lot, convinced me to be one of to be part of them, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't give a very high hope during that time, because
Mm.
actually nursing is not really my first pick during UPU application, online application, but
Mm.
God has his own plan, and out of 8 choices that I've been listed out and apply, nursing is the one that I'm into right now. So yeah.
Mm. So if nursing wasn't your first pick, right? What was your first pick actually? What did you want to
Yes,
do?
actually, I want to be a teacher.
Oh.
Yes, I want to be a teacher, but unfortunately, my SPM result is not that good.
Oh.
I just follow the flow. I just take all the opportunity, and
Mm.
yeah, here am I right now.
Mm. So, what's your opinion like right now? Do you think nursing suits you after you started?
Yes, yes. During my first years, I don't really cope well with the situation, but
Mm.
after went through some practicals and all the classes, I finally can cope with everything, and yes, I can say that I love nursing. Yes.
Mm. I think that's good that you even though it's not something that you wanted to do in the beginning, but you like learn
Yes.
to grow into it, and then it
Yeah.
becomes part of your career already. So,
Yeah.
can I ask you what do you love about nursing?
So what I love about nursing, actually, like as what I mentioned before, I don't really love all this medical stuff, all this medical profession. But after
Mm.
I went through something intense in this nursing school's life. I think what I love about nursing is that we learn a lot about humans. It's not all about
Mm.
human body. It's all about the works that we've done. It's all about the humanity stuff, like
Mm.
helping people, not only the medical things. I mean, but we also help them in terms of like talking and like discuss with them day by
Mm.
day. They feels like they are not alone, and then yeah, that is the things that I love actually, because I love to talk and I love to like communicate with others, and yeah,
Mm.
I think that is the
Mm.
things that I love.
Mm. So it's like you really like to support other people, so that's why you like
Yes,
nursing,
yes,
right?
yes.
Mm. So from what I could see, you only recently started your YouTube channel around last year November, right? So what made you want to start your YouTube channel, or was there anybody who inspired you to start this YouTube channel?
So actually, I'm started to open up my own YouTube channels in a very long times ago, but because I don't have a suitable phone to shoot and doing all of that editing stuff,
Mm.
so I don't want to do it first. But it's all started when my parents bought me a new phone around last December
Mm.
2020, and then I was thinking that I want to open up my own YouTube channel after that, and then I do all that shooting stuff and then do all that editing, because actually I love everything that related to shootings and all that editing stuff. Yes, and that's why I wanted to open up my own YouTube channel. For the inspiration, I think it's always changing. It's depend on what contents I want to publish on, but if anything that related to nursing, I think I inspired by this one Philippine student named Ellie.
Mm.
Yeah, you guys can
Ooh.
check. Yes, you guys can check her YouTube channels, because she always publish something that um, help others peoples out there. That it's also about the nursing. I watched her video in YouTube, and then actually there's a lots of comment that she and her subscribers talking with each others. I love YouTube that's content creators that always publish something that really beneficial and helps others. Yeah, and then that is one of the reasons that I wanted to start my own YouTube channel. Yes.
Mm. Hmm. I think it's very nice of you to decide that it's important also to share what nursing life is like. I'm sure it's not
Yes.
easy for you also because you have to take the time of your day to film and everything. But you still decide to put yourself and put your life out there to share and let people see also. Um,
Yes.
so can I ask what is your goal for your YouTube channel? Like when people watch your videos, what do you hope that they can get out of it?
So, as you all can see in my YouTube channel, I always uploaded something that related to nursing stuff, and then all my dance covers and everything. So, my main goal is actually to help as much as possible people out there that still struggling with their own
Mm.
choices, especially those who are nursing students who is still like struggling with their own choices. Either they wanted to pursue their studies in this nursing courses or not, and then it's not all about nursing student. It also about all people that still struggling with their own choices. I hope that with my video they can find a way in whatever they wanted to do. So for other than that, I also, like as what you mentioned before, I also do a dance cover.
Mm.
So with my dance cover, what I hope is that, as you guys can see, I'm a big size person, and what I want to show is that I want to tell people that with
Mm.
the same size as me, we all can like be confident and live your life till the fullest, because everyone deserves to have their own. spotlight. And yeah,
Yes.
that is what I wanted to tell to
Yes.
all my subscribers.
I completely agree with you. I think like no matter who you are or like what you're going through, everyone deserves to have their own spotlight or their own platform or their own way to
Yes,
express their happiness. And
yes,
it's
yes,
like
yes.
you're very good at like spreading that happiness to other people as well through your videos as a nursing student, but also not only that you don't just show the technical sides of like being a nursing student. You also show that it's not always about studying only. You can also have fun
Yes,
while doing that, and like you can
yes,
share that with your dance covers. I find that
yes.
very inspirational. So, have you faced any challenges as a nursing student YouTuber?
So actually, just like the others content creators, I also have my own problems and challenges. So for me, it's all
Mm,
about like because I'm student right now, so it's all about time management.
mm,
Because right now I'm in my final year, so my week is full with all these practical sessions. So that is the reason why I didn't publish any new videos because I was so busy with the practical session, and then
mm,
yes, that is the challenges that I face right now.
I see. Like it's always very tough to balance between YouTube and also
Yes.
nursing, right?
Yes, because we need to like we also need time for ourselves. Just
Yes.
not just not to because just because we open up our YouTube, we don't have time with ourselves. Because for me, it's not about YouTube stuff only. It's all about ourselves. We must have time
Mm.
for our physicals, not only physical but also mentals. We must have time for ourselves. Yes.
Yes, yes, that's true. Also, it's very important to put yourself first as well, not just
Yes.
upload and then not just treat other
Yes.
people.
Yes.
You
Yes.
yourself have to be in good condition before you can also serve other people.
Yes.
So I totally agree with that. So I really like that you actually gave us an insight to different hospitals that you've been placed in. Like for example, I think in a like 2 months, 3 months ago, you uploaded a video about Hospital Sentosa, and you shared
Yes.
like despite the ongoing stigma around a psychiatric hospital, there are also good experiences to be had as well. So I was wondering, do you have like have you ever had any repercussions or like negative responses from hospital staff about filming? Because I'm sure like it takes courage for you to also take that phone or that camera to be filming around in the hospital. Have you ever received any like negative experience or like what made you so I would say brave, to actually film the hospital?
No, no. Actually, all the shooting things I do the shoot where the place is free to shoot. I mean,
Mm.
at the pantry or the restroom. I don't. I'm not that type of persons that want to approach and then filming all the things. No, no, no.
Yeah, that's true. It's not good to film the
Actually,
patients.
yes, it's not good because for me, if I wanted to like do the filming, I will ask the permission first from the staff, and then yes, because we also work at their place, so we should respect their rules and regulation. It also one of the hospital policies. So if I ask them if
Mm.
they okay with it, then I will do the shooting. Then if they not okay with it, then yeah, respect their decision. Yes. And that is also the reasons why I will not simply like publish my video
Mm.
that had a patient face on it because before if I had a video that have patient face on it, I will make sure that I will check 3 5 or more than 10 times before I publish it. I will make sure that patient face is being blurred out or
Mm.
crop out because the most important thing is we must
Yeah.
respect their confidential identity, like something like that.
Yes. I think taking that extra step to make sure everything is okay before you start filming, that's very respectful of you. And also, I think it also kind of goes against, not, I wouldn't say goes against that, but I think in our Asian society, like in our Asian culture, we are very shy, very not very shy to film, especially in public. Like how I said in like our previous episode, we interviewed a different YouTuber as well. She also mentioned that mostly like in our Asian culture, right, we won't be that brave enough to film or like to share about our life, you know, in public because people will be staring or people will be watching and all that, and then you yourself also kind of feel a bit shy already,
Yes. Okay.
right? But I feel like you are not that shy, which is I feel it's very good. You are brave enough to share your life, even though there is this Asian culture stigma thing, you know,
Oh,
around filming or being a YouTuber. Yes.
yes.
So Stan, do you think of yourself as someone who is shy or like an introvert, or are you more like an extrovert? You like to talk and share and all that?
Yes. Actually, I'm not that shy kind of people. I mean, I'm so extrovert, and that's why I have a lot of friends. And then that is the reason why also I've made a very good relationship with the patient. As you all can see at my video during my vlog at Kota Sentosa, all of the patient there is a psychiatric patient. And then there, I spend more of my time with the patient rather than my friends actually.
Mm.
Yes, that is actually one of my charm.
Actually, yeah, I think being an extrovert really would help you in a profession such as nursing because you need to
Yes,
communicate with a lot of people. So it's very
yes,
good
yes,
that you can use the energy in you to, you know, share and make other people happy as well. So maybe you
yes,
can
yes.
share a bit with us about your experience being in a psychiatric hospital. Like, how was the experience like?
Um, During my first day attachment there, I was quite nervous because all we heard about the psychiatric hospital, we will tend to think that the patient there is very rough and then tend to do something bad,
Mm,
something that can harm us. But I trying to bear in my mind that we will build a very good relationship with the patient if like we ourselves love to communicate with them, and that is the reason why I always approach the patient first, especially those who are psychiatric
mm,
patient, in a very good manner lah. Yes, and my experience there is that I've met a lot of psychiatric patients that come from a very different background. Some of them is a lecturers before, some of them is a teachers
mm,
before, and then some of them is a lawyer also. It
mm,
was so sad, but yeah, it was the reason that we all should know that not everyone in the psychiatric patient is the persons that come from a very bad background, because
mm,
some of them are very like good in talking, they all have their own talent, because they ended up like that not because they wanted to be a psychiatric patient. Everything is happened for a reasons, and yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes,
It's like I think a lot of people have the idea that people who, yeah, like what you said, they come from bad backgrounds, they
yeah,
like to call things like crazy and all of that, but it's really like,
yes,
but it's really like these patients are just like you and I also. They also have their own
yeah,
stories, their own aspirations, their own dreams. It's just that they are also struggling like everyone else also struggles.
yeah,
So yeah, we had to empathize with them. Yeah.
yes, 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 yes.
Mm. So, moving on to a different question, do you
Okay.
think that there is a stigma on YouTubers who also pursue a healthcare profession such as nursing? Like, do you think it makes them look less professional?
For me, I think there should be a stigma around YouTubers that come from a background of medical or healthcare profession, because everyone can use this platform to benefit each others, and then I think there should be no stigma, because if we talk about the professionalisms, I don't think that persons that didn't do all this YouTube stuff is professional enough. I mean, I don't think that they are professional enough with their work. Some of them also tend to be unprofessional.
Mm,
It's all about keep sharing all these like good things because for me it was a very good for the healthcare professions because we can share what we counters a day in our life. For example, the doctors, what they do in their life, because not everyone had a chance to live a life like a doctors. And
yeah.
then, so with this platform, we at least we can see and watch what they do every day in their life. Yes, for
Mm.
me, there should be no stigma.
So it's like, have you, as a nursing student, faced um, any negative feedback, like people who think that YouTube makes you less professional? Have you personally faced anything like that in your life?
No, actually, everyone is like
Quite
very,
supportive.
yeah, quite supportive.
Mm,
Not just my friends but also my lecturers. Sometimes I will have my lecturers check out my video before I publish it. So
mm,
yes, they are very supportive and they help me a lot. Also my
mm.
friends. So
Um,
there's no stigma people around me. They are very supportive.
I'm very glad to hear that. It's very good to have a supportive circle of friends
Yes,
and
yes,
lecturers
yes.
as well. I'm sure doing YouTube is not easy. On top of that, you also have pressures and stresses that come with nursing school as well. So, my question to you is, what motivates you to keep going? What motivates you to keep posting, and what motivates you to, keep posting despite all of this stress that you face also personally?
So yeah, as what I mentioned before, my life is so full with pressures and all these challenges. But
Mm,
the things that always motivate me, for me, it was my parents.
mm,
They are the one that always motivate me. I mean, I was every day in my life, I will think that I'm so grateful to be in this position because it's all happened because of them also. And then the reason that why I keep going because during my first year, I
mm-hmm,
almost dropped out from these nursing courses. I think that I cannot cope anymore because during my first sem, it was not a very good start for me because I'm not that type of person that like all these medical things. So during my first semester, I we had our exam and I failed one subject, which is anatomy and physiology. It's all about human body, and then that subject almost make me wanted to drop during that time. Luckily, I take again the papers and then I pass it the next semesters. The second semester, we also had our anatomy and physiology paper again, and then
mm,
that time I also failed that paper. But unfortunately, but luckily, during the next semester, I passed it, and then that is the last papers that I've taken, and then after a few ups and downs, I get up and find my rhythm, and then
mm,
semester by semester, I'm trying hard to cope with all of this stuff because I know I'm not a very good in academic, but I know everything is happened for a reason. So I
mm,
just strive hard in this nursing courses, and then the things that always come in my mind is that my parents, because they always encourage me, don't stop here, you can go further after this. And then what I think is that I wanted to make sure that I make them proud. So
mm,
that is the things that motivate me because during the ups and down, everything is, I know life is not as smooth as we think, but yes, after that, luckily I'm pass all the subjects and I get my first DN during my semester 3, and
mm.
then I maintain my DN until my last semester.
Thank you so much for sharing this with us. I'm sure
Yes.
it's been a very tough journey, and
Yes.
like I really I really admire that even though you face such difficulties, you still choose not to quit and you still choose to remember
Yes.
who motivate you in the
Yes.
first place. Yeah.
Yes.
So wow, I'm sure you make your parents proud because you look at where you are right now. You're in your final semester in your hospital
Yes.
placement. You're almost there.
Yes. 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 Oh my! I'm almost done with this.
So I think we've reached the end of this episode. Thank you so
Okay.
much for your time once again. It's been such a wonderful chat. I'm sure our listeners have a deeper insight to your life right now. And to our listeners who are still listening, be sure to check out Stan at Boboi Diaries on YouTube and also
Yes.
his Instagram, which is underscore Stan Boboi, right?
Yes.
Did
Yes.
I get
Yes.
that correct? Okay. And then, yes, be sure to check out our podcast on YouTube and Spotify as well as follow us on Instagram at THLP underscore Utah underscore MHSS so you don't miss out on any updates. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye.